The Affordable Care Act's fate is once again up in the air. Yesterday, a federal appeals court heard arguments in the latest case questioning the law's constitutionality. The lawsuit was brought by a group of Republican attorneys general. They argue that the individual mandate's 2017 repeal voids the Supreme Court decision that upheld the ACA in the first place.
While a decision has not yet been reached in that case, one facet of healthcare reform that both sides seem to agree on is medical spending reform. The Protecting People from Surprise Medical Bills Act targets the financial disputes between medical providers and insurance companies when they cannot agree on a price. That often leaves people stuck with thousands of dollars in surprise medical bills. Indiana Republican Congressman Dr. Larry Bucshon is a co-sponsor of the legislation, and he serves on the Energy and Commerce Committee and its subcommittee on healthcare, and he joins us now to discuss the bill and the ACA lawsuit. Welcome, sir.
Well, thank you for having me.
Tell us about the Surprise Medical Bills Act. What are you working on here?
Well, here's the thing. First, I want to define what a surprise medical bill is. If you go to the hospital to have care at an in-network hospital, your doctor's in-network, but one of the physicians that provides care, like the pathologist or the radiologist, is not in your network, and then your insurance company usually denies that payment. You may not know that for months, and all of a sudden you get a bill, and you're like, what happened here? I thought we were in network. So that's what we're trying to address. So we need to find a way to pay for that so that the consumer is not responsible for that money. And there's a couple of key points. Number one, there has to be a dispute resolution process between the provider and the insurance coverage, because if you just set a baseline rate and say we're going to pay the physician Medicare rates, for example, and the federal government mandates that, then you're going to see a race to the bottom for provider reimbursement, because there'll be discouraging factors that will make networks get smaller and encourage insurance companies to narrow their networks. So whatever we do, we have to keep the consumer out of it and make sure that they're covered. But we also have to have a process that allows an adequate payment to the provider, but a dispute resolution process that allows the provider and the plan to negotiate a fair fee.